Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Adam, I'm 28, I'm from the UK, but I'm currently living here in Singapore. Thank you to everyone who watched my last video and gave it a comment. If you are enjoying what you see, please do subscribe to the channel and also hit the like button on these videos. I'm also available on Instagram now as well. My Instagram handle is on the screen, so do get involved for even more content from here in Singapore. Now today I'm going to be talking about some of the misconceptions about Singapore. When I say that I live here, many people have an idea of what it's like and they make quite a lot of common statements, some of which are reality, but many of which are myths. So today I thought I would take a look at some of the ideas and theories around Singapore and play Singapore myth or reality. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. Now I must apologise by the way if you hear any banging in this video. The people who live above have clearly thought this is the ideal time to be doing some DIY. But don't be alarmed, Oreo the dog hasn't suddenly turned into an elephant and is stomping around the flat. It's just some handiwork from above. Anyway, enough about that. The first statement we're going to be dealing with today is that it's illegal to chew chewing gum here in Singapore. That one is a myth. It's not illegal to chew chewing gum here in Singapore. It is, however, illegal to import it or to sell it. Now, you might think this is a bit of a strange reason. Well, Lee Kuan Yew, the founding father of Singapore, he hated chewing gum with an absolute passion. There's many people who live in public housing here, so obviously people are sharing lifts, and people, if they're sticking chewing gum on the lift buttons, that can cause loads of problems. When they brought in the MRT, which is the subway or the underground system here, people were sticking chewing gum on the train doors, which were making the sensors go off. So there was disruption on the train lines. So it was decided in 1992 that they were going to ban chewing gum sales in the country to try and stop this problem. Fines can be pretty heavy, up to $100,000 or 2 years in prison if you're found to be selling it. Okay, the next statement about Singapore. There are lots of foreigners in Singapore. This one is a reality. So in 2019, out of a population of roughly 5.7 million, 2.16 million of those people were foreigners. That's around about 38%. Compare that to the US and the UK, where foreigners make up about 14%, and you can see that yes, indeed, there are lots of foreigners here. Although there are lots of people who come and work here for a couple of years and then leave, and Singapore markets itself as a very multicultural destination, welcoming people from all across the world. Right, the next statement. You can be fined for not flushing a public toilet. Believe it or not, it is a reality. A fine of $150 is on the cards if you are caught not flushing the toilet after you've been in public. You should be doing it anyway because it's pretty disgusting if you don't. There are some quite hilarious laws here about urinating in public. And believe it or not, some of the lifts actually, and I can't quite believe this, but they actually have urine detection sensors in case people are peeing in the lift. The alarms will go off and no doubt you'll be swooped upon as somebody who is peeing in the lift. Right, the next one, and I can probably accuse my mum of saying this. This is probably something that she would say. Sorry, Mum. Singapore is part of another country. Myth. No, it's not part of China, it's not part of anywhere else. Singapore is its own independent republic. It became a republic in 1965. Now there's arguments over what you call it. You could call it a city-state, you can call it a country, you can call it a republic. But Singapore is totally independent. It's on its own as the little lion city, and it's not part of any other countries. Okay, the next statement about Singapore. You will be fined for feeding the pigeons. That one is a reality as well. Yes, if you are caught feeding pigeons under one of the wildlife acts here, you can be fined. It used to be $500, but that's recently gone up, and first-time offenders can be fined up to $5,000 if they're caught feeding pigeons or other wildlife outside. Now you might wonder why particular pigeons. Well, they can spread disease. Of course, we're all careful of that nowadays. And you know what they do. They do what we all do. They poo, and they can poo on buildings, and it can be quite disgusting. And if you get real spread of pigeons across the island, there'll be pigeon muck everywhere. So there are people who are encouraged not to feed them to help keep the numbers of pigeons under control. Okay, next, this is a real common one. Whenever I say to people I live in Singapore, they always mention this. The idea that the city is so clean you can see your face in the pavement. That is a myth as well. I'm afraid to say, because it would be quite cool to see your face in the pavements. Now, Singapore, don't get me wrong, it is incredibly clean. Possibly the cleanest place that I have ever been to. And that is lovely, because actually you don't want to see dirt on the roads, you don't want to see litter everywhere. It's a safe haven of cleanliness and very, very well manicured, I would add to that. But you can't see your face in the pavement. I have tried, and there is no reflection. Some of the buildings perhaps you can see your face in, but not in the pavements. It really isn't that clean. And finally, Singapore noodles are a Singapore speciality. That is also a myth as well. Many people say to me, I can't wait to come to Singapore and have the Singapore noodles. Well, good luck with that, because they're actually from Hong Kong. A chef there made what we know as Singapore noodles, and he gave them the name of Singapore noodles just to make them try and sound a little bit more exotic. I'm sure somewhere on this island where you can find pretty much any food from anywhere in the world, you can probably find some, and if you do know the place to go to get them, please do stick a comment below. But no, Singapore noodles, believe it or not, are not actually native of Singapore. So I hope you enjoyed my look at some of the misconceptions and some of the truths of Singapore as well. If you've got any other things that people commonly say, be it myth or reality, please do let me know in the comments below. And also let me know if you agree or disagree with anything that I have said. Maybe you have seen your face in the pavement.